It was a rainy Monday morning in the city, and the towering glass office of Bellamy and Company buzzed with the usual energy of ambition and caffeine. Ryan, a freshly hired analyst with a crisp suit and sharper attitude, stepped into the lobby of the prestigious firm, his eyes scanning the building with pride. As he waited for the elevator, his gaze landed on an elderly janitor, quietly mopping the marble floor in the corner, hunched, slow, seemingly invisible to the world around him. With a smirk and an air of superiority, Ryan muttered, "You missed a spot, old man. Maybe if you worked harder, you wouldn't still be doing this at your age." The janitor looked up with gentle eyes, gave a polite smile, and nodded without a word. No protest, no anger, just quiet resilience. Hours later, Ryan sat among a group of new hires in a sleek conference room, listening to the manager welcome them. She paused, smiled, and announced that they were about to meet the man who built the very firm they'd joined. Then the doors opened, and in walked the same janitor. No change of clothes, no entourage, just the same humble presence. The room fell silent. Ryan's confidence drained instantly. The janitor walked to the front, took off his gloves, and introduced himself as Thomas Bellamy, founder, majority shareholder, and the man responsible for every job in that building. He shared that after building his company from nothing, he now dressed as a janitor once a month, not to test anyone, but to remind himself and hopefully others that titles fade and appearances deceive, but how we treat people reveals everything. He told them how he started sweeping floors as a teen, worked his way through night classes, and built an empire not just from numbers, but from values: humility, respect, and kindness. Some in the room looked inspired. Ryan couldn't meet his gaze. He mumbled an apology, but Mr. Bellamy just smiled and told him, "We all learn in different ways. I hope you remember this lesson longer than my name." And with that, he picked up his mop and quietly left the room. Over the following weeks, Ryan changed. He began greeting everyone from interns to custodians with the same warmth he once reserved for suits. He worked hard, but more importantly, he listened, he observed, and he grew. Because he knew now that success isn't just measured in salaries and job titles, but in the humility to recognize dignity in everyone. And so, the janitor who owned the building didn't just teach Ryan a lesson. He reminded all of us that the real foundation of any great place isn't what's written on the walls as sell, it's the unseen respect built between its people. Because sometimes the most powerful person in the room is the one you never thought to notice.